Okay. After parliamentarians, I guess, we'll be upstanding.
We are upstanding, yes, we are very upstanding citizens. Please stand.
Thank you, yes, yes. You're the jovial mood today. But I should have said it Rotary Bridge must be. President Donnie, which means I got chili, you gonna do it?
That's fine. Oh,
I'm not sure if you have it on. I'm past President Donnie, but
well,
if,
it's on the.
oh, yeah, good,
Okay.
okay. There you go.
What is standing, right?
For Lord knows, He's help us to think on the trees. We get to serve every day, all we think, what you must say. Check our friends this deal, strong forgiveness, and heal. Amen. Thank you, Pastor, everybody. Parliamentarians, yes, please join me in the Lord toast. To the King. To the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
The Commonwealth.
Thank you very much. May be seated. All right. Oh, I will see inside, here with us today. He's a pretty person. He visited Rotarians, no? In the back, no one in the back. Okay, do you have any visitor Rotarians online? Yeah. You do? Okay, can you all please introduce yourselves, please?
Jackie Gibson, Rotary Club of Eleuthera.
What, I missed the first name? Jackie.
Jackie Gibson, Rotary Club of Eleuthera.
Awesome, good afternoon. Awesome, good afternoon, Jackie, Jackie. Any other visitor Rotarians?
Good afternoon, Charlene Kearney, Rotary Club of New Providence.
Charlene, good to have you with us. President Charlene, thank you. Thank you. And President Jackie as well.
Yes.
This is the presidents, all presidents are visiting with us today. Thank you. Good to have each of you presidents. Any other Rotarians? No, I see Sandy's helper just walked in the club. Good to have you, past President Raquel.
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna the chief elf.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Rotarians. Fellow Rotarians, you want to talk about stuff? Please let us welcome our visitor Rotarians. That means applaud. Please we have to applaud. Yeah. Good to have each of you with us. No Rotarian guest visited with us today. Or no Rotarian visited with us today. My guest speaker, is I not guest speaker? Okay, well, yes, we do have a very nice topic. A good presentation makes us. What's the topic? It's, well, our guest speaker is pharmacist. So we expect them to be on suitable. So far.
To keep you.
That's a good answer.
All the drugs you get out, the legal ones this one. So we get out you, sir, we look forward to your presentation today.
I see you're
Secretary, Francina, any non-Rotarian guests with us online?
No,
No?
just family and friends.
Family and friends, okay. So which family and friends we have? Who's there? Let me guess.
Show the thing on screen. Everybody be a Chantel. Yeah.
Okay, for Chantel. Well, for all of you visiting Rotarians of Rotary Club Nassau, please let us welcome our guests in the noble line. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Delighted to see is that numbers in person seem to be expanding, which is good. It's always good to see each of you. Increase in other words, otherwise. No, it's from before, it looks like it's increasing, growing. You know, it is. I think it is growing.
What is this?
We do.
Yes.
No, the last. Okay.
The Lord for the ancients.
Yes. Your time means, right? Your time means. Okay, so, I get what you're going, right? Let me ask you this, right? Past President Joey. Question for you, Past President Joey. How is Christmas like your job? How is it like your job? Christmas. You used to work, Joe. You're retired now, but how was it like your job?
Go back in the game, remember?
You only retired 20 years ago.
Joe, it's a rhetorical question.
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you like how it is, just like your job, right? You do all the work, and the fat guy in the suit gets all the credit.
Yeah.
All right?
Santa.
It's a joke.
Okay, now, you really.
You good? All right. So, one more, right? All right. I didn't get to look at these other ones, but.
I see.
Don't.
They first.
I'm kidding, Jack, right? The police officer attempts to stop a car speeding. And the guy gradually increases his speed until he's pumping 100 miles per hour. Right? The man eventually realizes he can't escape and finally pulls over. Sounds like the man I saw a video the other day. The car approaches the car that says, if we'd alarmed it, the shift is almost over. So you can give me a good excuse for your behavior, I'll let you go. The way thinks for a second and then says, my wife ran away with a car 1 week ago. I thought you might be that officer trying to give her back. Y'all can do better than that, man. I yield to our president.
Jokes.
What?
You repeating your joke.
Don't tell us my ear, so send it up.
He's getting old.
All right, don't get that Kevin Brown. Something about you trying. Yeah, keep trying. Oh, you can survive. Yeah, I mean, you just have a healthy diet. Those jokes are giving us fun. Yeah, RCN. It's so good to see all of you in the house and all of you to be here in person. And then, of course, all of you, like Larry, like to say, doing by on Zoom. Everyone. So we just want to thank you all for coming. What a beautiful. It's a lovely day. I think it's a Tuesday, a lovely day. Wednesday is fine. And then it's just blossoming. And then bougainvillea tree right outside our door there. It's just beautiful. So we just want to thank you all for finding time and taking time on your busy schedule to be here, to be the big mamas. And of course, we have a very one who continues to come. But yeah, next week, Tuesday, we're gonna have a Christmas fellowship right here just for you. Now we need everyone to come. Now, those of you who zooming right now, please, we'd like you to make a special effort next week, Tuesday. We're gonna have a Christmas festival, a Christmas fellowship. And we need all of you to come out in person. Fellowship. All right. And the reason for that is we want to make sure that we get to meet each other and we want you to, come and meet your buddy. If you don't know who your buddy is, look on the list. It's been sent already. And I'm saying to you, you can probably send that buddy list again. It'll be good to remind everyone. Give your buddy. That's enough to invite your buddy out. So we can fellowship. John talking, I think. We have some games set aside. We have we're gonna be singing some caroling. We're gonna singing Christmas carols together in the group. We're gonna have some bingo maybe and some other games and yes, man. So June is going to provide a big number. So she's going like that. Sheila's going to lead the Catholic. Would you like to hear Sheila sing? I hear her go. I rather hear her sing. Something about saying rather hear me sing. Sheila, don't look at that. It's going to be a good time, a jolly good time. Christmas happy, Christmas, what I've been come out, next time we'll bring a very, very good time, Christmas fellowship. And the reason why we're having the Christmas fellowship, not on Christmas, I would say, is because just a few weeks after that, we're going to be celebrating. RCN is going to have a celebration of legacy. Celebration of legacy. We're going to celebrate some of our only persons who are still around, who have been around for a very long time. We're going to honor those persons. That's going to be a special event. We're already starting the groundwork and planning that event. So we want you to put the calendar. That's going to be January 18th. January 18th. Put that on your calendar. It's a Saturday evening. We want to celebrate our legacy as the oldest club in the Bahamas. The first club in the Bahamas. This is going to put on big style and big time. It's going to be a major fundraising event for the year. So please do not spend all of your Christmas money on Christmas. Because we thank you for your friends and family out to our legacy event, celebration of legacy is going to go down on the 18th of December, and you'll hear more of that moving forward. I would say thank you to all of those persons who come out on Saturdays to ring the bell. I'm particularly happy to see those persons who are zooming on air. They're now coming in person and ringing. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Those from here, that's amazing. We'd like to help them in person, but nonetheless, they're still coming in making their contribution. And so we're glad to see them on Saturdays coming in, ringing the bell in the Salvation Army. And that is pretty good. We truly appreciate all of you who made a special effort in ringing the bell for folks. And then also coming on, you're going to hear the Police Rogers home. You know, we've always supported the Police Rogers home. I think last year we gave a cash donation. This year we'd like to do something in time also, but we want to also go there and maybe fellowship with them. So Jerry Shelby is now working on that. So we're gonna go there. And of course, you need a few people, you don't need much, but a few of us can go down there and fellowship with the Police Rogers home for the English and give back. We're going to give back in the big way. That's what we always do. And then, of course, don't forget Christmas Day feeding. Christmas Day feeding on Christmas Day. This was what RCN does. We come on Christmas Day, man. Everybody want to go open toys. RCN members bring the cold weather and we come.
Cool weather.
We bring the cold weather Christmas, man. We come. Last year, Christmas, the year before that, but I disobeyed. Number wants to have, like, providing a meal to persons who may not have Christmas. You know, you got your big take, you got your family, right? So all the time you got home, but some people don't even have that. And so I tell you, it's not clear as I know I disobeyed it. Will be a Christmas Eve because I tell you the smiles we put on people's faces as we go on Christmas Day and provide them with a full meal. We got a full meal. We got whole ham, whole turkey. We carry other stuff. We carry decent rice, a whole decent rice, whole macaroni, whole cold slaw and rice. And that's what we've done. And that event has already been sponsored. So the you show that event has already been sponsored. And so we want to thank Rotarian Shelby for working very hard behind the scenes and securing that sponsorship for that particular event. So it costs us nothing as a club.
all it causes is you to spend some time showing someone else love in Christmas. Yes, Stephen.
But in addition to that, President, Mayor, I know that, for a number of years now, thank you, for a number of years now, we keep saying that when we make that, visit to persons, we give them the food, but we realize there's a lot of children there, and we don't normally need any gifts. So I thought that we discussed it oftentimes that we want to try this year to bring some gifts. So I thought that we could also push that effort among the members to, bless the children who may not have, really anything to look forward to, this year, with some sort of toy and gift that they can use. So I really appeal to the members to assist in that.
Good. You hear it, you hear it, you hear it from Jamal, and of course, that's correct. We had promised, we would give the children something, and so I would say to you, each member, see if you can bring a little gift, a little toy truck, a little toy truck, a little doll. Those things don't cost much, but you could rock it. You could, and then as we go on the bus, they get us to the areas, because we know work in conjunction with urban and rural, they know exactly the downtrodden, those questions who really down, to the bottom of society, you can bring that gift along. How beautiful that is, Jamal. Go to feed them, you right there as you carry how your personal gift that you hand in the child, in the hand of the child, who might even be barefooted at the time. A child who might be even bareback because they don't go close. You can hand your personal gift. I think last year, Sheila brought along the food. Sheila brought along the food.
I did that every year.
She says he doesn't have me.
Guess
So
what?
this year, we still need you to bring it for the children.
And those dogs actually appreciate that.
Oh, Jamal, he said, little dogs really appreciate it. Big buck. So, yeah, that's how we do it. We take care of the dogs, but we don't, we expect that, but for the children. Okay, so my secretary, you put it on, we keep me honest with that, and we can remind members to, bring along just a little small gift, but sometimes, you have too much gifts at home. Sometimes you shop it for your grandchild or children, and, you can put a little doll or some other, thing that will be a blessing to the children. And the more you give, trust me, the more you will receive. Thank you so much. But pay attention to the chat. We have a lot of information going in the chat. We like to give you your support as we move forward. Thank you, Jamal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Y'all give it up for the president.
Yo.
Okay, we got, what time is it now? 1:22? We'll continue to, meal fellowship for the. Invite, Rotarian Shabbat to introduce our speaker. That's right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so, Mr. Speaker, you're gonna be on in about 5 minutes or so. All right, so continue to meal fellowship with Rotarians. Oh, secretary, announcement? But no? Yeah. Yeah.
So how is everyone doing today? I guess we should be doing our fellowship online as well. Shanika, what? It's officially 1 week now that you're a member. How's it going?
Hi, it's going good.
Very good, very good. Hey,
Thank
Catherine, you
you.
about to say hello?
Hi, Romy. How you doing?
I am good. I am good, trying to make the best of Christmas here in Turks.
How's the weather there?
It is finally cool. Thank goodness for that. It is finally cool.
Gonna get started. See the online folks out there will look quietly. So we're gonna continue with the meeting. Thank you, Pastor and Shaka.
Let me say hello to everyone. How you all doing?
We're gonna call up our chairman, Shavar, to introduce our speaker today. Please just reach Shavar as he comes up, please.
Everybody. Good afternoon. Everybody on Zoom. So I have to introduce our speaker, Dr. Tristan Gay. In 2010, the first home on I took a short review of events and employment at the Princess Margaret Hospital as a pharmacist to the lowest level. He now serves as the deputy chief pharmacist. Over the years, he's gained a wealth of knowledge and experience, having been exposed to pharmacy practices in 4 different countries. He has attained professional qualifications from the University of Guyana, University of Technology, Jamaica, and a doctorate at pharmacy from the University of Toronto, Canada. He also is a member of the Caribbean Association of Pharmacists. His family is passionate about desires to see improvements are key reasons that keeps him motivated each day to serve with positive attitude. He is a very solution-oriented person. He desires to play his part in improving the quality of life of individuals to see the practice of pharmacy in the Bahamas and the Caribbean at large. This mantra is the best, be the best you possibly be the best you can possibly. The world deserves it. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Tristan Gay.
Good afternoon, RCN. Is that right?
Good afternoon.
You guys are probably not sure if it's. It's lunchtime, but oh, these are some looking. I do that. All right, online. Good afternoon. You can hear me clearly?
Yeah, going online. Yes, they can. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Good. It's certainly a pleasure and an honor to have been invited by the President Miller. I can now actually take this off of my bucket list. To be a speaker at such a prestigious club. I actually learned something today that this is the oldest club in the Commonwealth of Bahamas, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm in the presence of greatness. Okay, so without delay, I was approached by Mr. Miller to give a presentation. Asking me, so I couldn't give up this opportunity to speak to you. And decided to that the fitting topic would be your medication and you. Okay, so. Yes. So, okay. Did you select it?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I'll just take.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so, yeah, your medication and you. And so general objectives of this presentation, as I get right into it, we want to discuss the problem. Okay? We will speak on the reality, actual reality right now. Then branch into some common terms and their meanings that are related to the topic. And the importance of adherence. And lastly, but certainly not least, um, give you a brief introduction of something called medication therapy management. Okay, great. So, what exactly is the problem? So, I was told that this month is designated as disease prevention month for the club, right? Is it only here or throughout the organization? Throughout the great. So, excellent topic, very pertinent. But the term disease prevention, when we say that, we're speaking about the use of measures to actually prevent diseases from actually occurring or at least reduce the risk of them happening. Okay? So preventing diseases from occurring or reducing the risk. And this can read from multiple things, as simple as washing your hands, coughing in or sneezing in your elbows, practicing safe sex, uh, having your vaccinations, staying at home when sick. No any workaholics in here, you can go to work sick or not sick, right? And sections like this, health promotion programs and talks, right? This is also a form of disease prevention, raising awareness. All right, so when we speak on prevention, it can be actually divided into three distinct levels. We have primary prevention, that's avoiding the disease from happening entirely, so prevention at the beginning level. We have secondary prevention, that's screening on patients to detect and diagnose the disease at the very early stage. This is very important because many times we cannot prevent it initially, but we can improve on screening tools and access so that we can catch it early. That makes a significant difference. And tertiary prevention, this is intervening to slow or even stop the disease and restoring human natural function, which is many times very difficult because of how far along we've gone with the disease state. Everyone following so far? So, so place here a list of common illnesses. Sure, we can identify with one or more or many of them. So we have diabetes, commonly known as sugar, hypertension, pressure or high blood pressure. Dyslipidemia, so this is irregular cholesterol levels. We have cancers, we have thyroid abnormalities, we have chronic pain, and sleep disturbances. How many of you can identify one of these? Or maybe two, maybe three, maybe four. No. All right. So we've all may have experienced or experienced some of these symptoms.
Need this.
Okay, good. Yes.
Okay. So just to stress this point, this is first. So I did some research just to give you some statistics. On a global scale, obesity is increasing. As you can see, the disparity with female and males in this sense is trending upwards. And by 2025, it's actually next year, we are having that percentage over 40% of the population would be considered in females and about 30% for males. Whereas we have some good news. The high blood pressure or hypertension is actually trending downwards, but we want to control it even more. You can see the dotted lines. That's where we want to have it on the scan. So that's the news on the rise. But what is some key things that we want to focus on in this session is non and it's known to be 74%, exactly 74% of all deaths are actually related to health diseases. So there was made such as cardiovascular conditions, which are 30%, 22% of cancers, 2% of chronic vascular diseases. We have 5% persons with diabetes, and other non-communicable diseases with 15%. And then communicable, which may include maternal, perinatal, natural conditions of 70%, and then 9% of injuries. So, but again, stress is 74% are things that we do not necessarily pass on versus the next. So this means the onus is on you as an individual to make a difference. Okay. Bringing it home to the Bahamas. A study in 2020 gave us very fast, not sure if you can see, but on the left of the screen we have females, and then on the right you have males. So we have some good news for the men, sex does matter, and to the female, sex does matter. Right? In some instances, it's higher for men.
Sorry, can you explain that to me, record that?
Not in answer. Yeah, so in some conditions, but some conditions, your gender, just you know, the male gender or the female gender are more prone to certain disease condition or dying from those conditions. So this shows statistics in about 100,000 population size. So we have ischemic disease for the females, about 81 in 100,000 persons would die from an ischemic disease, as such as cardiovascular or anything along that related to the heart or the veins. Whereas for the male, it is higher, so it's 1.7 in every 100,000. For hypertension or heart disease, 75 versus 81. Stroke is in the same range, about 72 versus 67. Diabetes, we have for the similar again, 48 versus 46. And continues like that. But in terms of a combined results, in terms of overall results, we have, of course, this was during COVID-19. So, of course, this was a communicable disease, and we had about 234 per 100,000 deaths. But in the combined, we have on the top ischemic heart disease. So that's our most prevalent condition that we need to be aware of. Hypertensive heart disease. So ischemic heart disease, we're talking about cholesterol, right? High cholesterol that's actually causing that. The heart disease would be speaking on more hypertension, elevated blood pressure, not being controlled. And then, of course, each of those are related to all cardiovascular conditions. So we have stroke, diabetes would impact your renal disease. So they go hand in hand. Most diabetics eventually become disease. Many of them are combined to create secondary challenges. And then at the bottom we have prostate cancer and breast cancer. Okay, so again, like on the global scale, we have about 60% of the population dying from non-communicable disease compared to I believe it was 74 on the global scale. So that's a very close comparison. Okay, so just trying to grab a the stats that I get into a forward. Yeah, I'll get into it. So we have a study in 2006 shows them key statistics. And the study was about 1,500 persons. We had about 21% of them. Take one more. No.
Go back.
Okay, perfect. So we had about 21% persons diagnosed with high blood pressure, about 26% elevated blood pressure, persons who are obese about 7%, based on their actual BMI. We had 7% diagnosed with diabetes, 12% post acid level, a lot of smokers, persons not having an active lifestyle. So 64.5 persons have a sedentary lifestyle. 47% persons do not eat a fruit a day on a daily basis. 51% don't eat vegetables. And about 33% have fast food 2 or more times per week. I think this might be a bit higher. But, right. The next. Next one. Okay. So I'm just stressing this because it is important. As from the couple slides back, say the onus is on you. They are non-communicable diseases, so you are key player in how the disease progresses. Right? So again, can you see yourself in any of those stats? Are you in the 33% that eat fast food more than twice a week? No. Okay.
I'm a vegetarian.
Great. But, so, what are you actually doing about it? See, the book is quiet, so I know some of us are in there in those percentages, right? So, what are we actually doing about it? And not only what are we doing or what have we done, but what are we going to do about it in the future? Because that's what matters. And there is, okay. So, how many of you always taking medication that's prescribed by a doctor? Okay, okay, we have some liars here. So always taking medication, kudos to you 3%. Good job. And the reason I'm asking is because it doesn't matter. So going forward, I just want to mention, show you like why it's really important. Okay, 2 slides ahead. Next, next. Yeah, so why is it important? Uh, how do each of these things that involves speaking, what role they play in getting optimal medication into your system, and ultimately making it work best for you? Okay. All right, so next slide. All right, how about last one, before and after the meeting? Alright, so before, there's a difference between before, there's a difference between after, and then between here. So when we speak of before, we say like 20, 30 minutes before the meal. That is important. There's a reason why we give that. So in the context of non-disease, we have medications related to diabetes. Alright, so we need to get it into the body before you eat, because when you eat, there is then a spike. So we need to have medication in your circulation already to counteract that spike in the glucose. Right? Remember, it has to travel from your mouth. Well, the oral is travel from your mouth, get it to the stomach, get it to the intestine, and then get it to the blood circulation. So there is a time factor involved there. So if you take that after you eat, but you're not able to control the spike, spike happens, the medication is working long after that spike occurs, so it's ineffective. But this not only goes for diabetes, of course, we have medications such as for indigestion. Uh, so some you can take before, some of them are after. Some of them prevent the acid production, while others to suppress the acid that is already in circulation or in the stomach. So please, knowing what is recommended is important. But how about daily? Daily means every day. It doesn't mean when I feel like no headache today, I'm not gonna take my pressure pill. It doesn't mean take one every other day. Daily is daily. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Again, we want to prevent fluctuations. We want to have a straight line. We want to maintain the optimal level, sugar levels, whether it be your blood pressure readings. We want to maintain it. But fluctuations are not good. It causes your organs to work triple times to control. It's unexpected. So that's the reason for the medications. Or how about at bedtime or at night? There is a difference. So for some, there isn't a difference, but for most there is. So at night, we consider it maybe 6 p.m., 7 p.m. But that may be bedtime for some. But for most, there is a difference when you're going to bed, maybe 10. So yeah, so the difference is if you're gonna take let's say for sleep disturbance that you would have mentioned that one of our common illnesses at night versus at bedtime. If your actual bedtime is at 10 o'clock, but you're taking something for a sleep disturbance at 7 o'clock, of course that would impact your wakefulness and you will definitely be drowsy if you want to go sleep at 7. Okay, but at night you're looking at things. Some of your insulins may be used at night. Some of them at bedtime as well. Okay, so that lasts throughout the evening. Some of your cholesterol medication, so all the one you will see take at night. The things that are the newer ones like Trustor, Lipitor, they can be taken throughout the day, anytime of the day, because they are more long lasting and they would release or control the cholesterol throughout the day. Okay, everyone is good. Still awake? Awesome. All right, how about antibiotics? All right, yes, we deal with non-communicable diseases, but this one I had to slip in here. Antibiotics until all are finished. Not 2 days in, not oh the cough is over, let me stop. Not as needed. You can't take 3 out of 7 days on this episode, and then next episode, 3 months down, like, oh, I don't need to go to the doctor. I have some from last episode, right? So I'll use those. That the main thing is building up resistance. The antibiotics are the bacteria, the microbes are smart. They're developing techniques and different mechanisms to work against the drugs that are being introduced. Right? So just like how we're trying to survive, they are also trying to survive, and they're doing a good job at it. Trust me. So what used to work decades ago would be rendered ineffective today. Okay, yeah. So even though these are strict, uh, I guess instructions or advice that we would give persons, we are all human. And, and we do have some questions about medications. We do have our own concerns about them. Own, I guess, notions that we would have come up over the years or would have been passed down from family. So we have things like, I'm feeling better. Is it okay to stop taking my medicine? That's a common one, right? And in some instances, you shouldn't. Some instances you can, depending on the type of condition. For the chronic ones, I would advise for you to continue until advised by your physician or pharmacist. Well, let me just put that key by your family physician. which could be advised by your pharmacist as well. Why should I take, so why should I talk to my doctor about herbal remedies, vitamins, and over-the-counter medicines I take along with my regular prescriptions? Now, many of us are not aware that there are serious interactions with or prescribed medication. So it's very important that we know what you're taking, what you've been prescribed by a physician, and then what you just go in. uh, Just off the rule, maybe you have a cough or something and you want to go and get some cough syrup that may actually increase your blood pressure, or it may have certain syrups or certain additives that can cause a spike in your blood glucose. So you might see that spike and then you're concerned. You may make necessary changes, but it may just be related to your medication that you taken upon yourself or not fully disclosed to your health professionals. Okay. So it does matter. I'm sick. I'm getting sick to my stomach. All right. Since I've started taking this new pill, some days I feel so sick. I think about not taking the medicine. What should I do? So I'm not a common one. This may be as a result of not taking it correctly, not taking it at the right time. Maybe you should take it between meals. Maybe you should take it before or even after. It depends on the product. So it could be something as simple as that. If maybe you should take it with a full glass of water. Uh, you should not should avoid taking it with certain things like dairy products. There's a variety of reasons. So again, stressing the importance of uh, having that information and knowing, speaking to your pharmacist about that. And what about side effects? Well, we know this is a big topic. Every drug has side effects. Sometimes the list of effects that you do not want is greater than the reason that it was created. It's very scary. But something on that point, if uh, you're exposed a bit deeper, you will see the percentages of those adverse effects. There are ranges. So there may be a 1% of person may experience a listed adverse effect. Sometimes it will be to more than 10% or 5%. So it varies. So I said that to say, do not be afraid or do not let side effects be the determining factor in terms of you taking your medication or not. Have that conversation. Okay? And how it works. We know in this day and age, cost is a huge factor in us adhering to our therapies that are recommended. You can recommend the best drug, but if you can't afford it, we're not going to take it. We can't afford it. Cost is rising. Just a plug for, I guess, pharmacy world. It takes about 2.6. Takes about $2.6 billion to get a new drug, uh, and about less than 12% of drugs that are being developed actually make it on the market. So it's an expensive industry. Yes, I'm of the opinion that there are certain things that could be done to reduce costs. Uh, that's a totally different topic, but cost is a huge factor in that. All right. So just to wrap up, we have why am I actually stressing these important things that you should consider when deciding whether or not you can take the medication. And that's because they have consequences or actions consequences. So a missed dose can be mixed dose can actually be opportunity, a missed opportunity for prevention, especially if it's for a or for a prolonged period of time. So remember we have the three levels. We have primary, secondary, and tertiary levels of prevention. So missing doses especially on a consistent basis, it's a missed opportunity to put it differently, your life. Okay. So that could be using something before the symptoms occur, being able to prevent pain from occurring. So using, let's say, a simple pain medication, using it before an expected pain episode. That's why we say every 6 hours or every 8 hours. And sometimes it's around the clock, or sometimes it's as needed. Okay, so that matters. Increased risk of serious complications, stroke, kidney failure. What many of us unfortunately don't realize. I guess it's a human thing. We sometimes wait until there is nothing, or the impact is so great, or is so evident, that in order to get help. Many of these non-communicable conditions, they are slowly progressing as we sit and as we stand here. But we do not need to wait until we have a stroke, or kidney fails us, or we rush to TMH, God forbid, and then we start, or at that point, it's tertiary prevention. And we're so far along that there is pretty much little that we can do. Okay? Treatment failure, as mentioned with antibiotics, misuse and abuse of antibiotics can cause resistance. So over time, the medications that used to work in the past do not work now. Disease, there should be, yeah, to may get harder to treat. For instance, HIV, so non-compliance. Again, these microbes, they're developing new techniques, new skills in terms of getting away from these medications that we are producing. And not sure if you know, but cancers are doing the same thing. The products that used to work for treatment of cancers, certain cancers in the past, they do not work anymore. We have to do combinations. We have to develop newer drugs to help combat that because of resistance. And may experience withdrawal symptoms. If you're consistent with your medications, as they're prescribed, such as antidepressants, versus may withdrawal symptoms, which may include anxiety, tiredness, headaches, flu-like symptoms. All of those may be as a result of not complying or stopping your medication before. But sometimes we, again, life happens. Sometimes we miss a dose or two. Now, a goal that I want to leave with you is that there is basically a 2 hour window. If you miss a dose, it's within 2 hours before or after you realize 2 hours after you've taken that dose, you can take it as a general rule. Doesn't apply for everything, but uh, if it's 2 hours before your next dose, you can omit it. All right, so you wait until that next dose. So again, 2 hours after, if you missed your dose, you can use it within that window. However, if it's actually before 2 hours before your next dose, you can omit it and wait until the next dose. So again, there is hope. And one way, as my last point, is medication therapy management. This is actually a service provided typically by pharmacists that aims to improve outcomes. That aims to improve outcomes by helping people to be better understanding and condition and medication use, and to manage and to gain control of the therapies that were recommended. So some general goals of MTM, medication therapy management, is basically to reduce the risk of microvascular disease conditions. So microvascular, the tiny things like the blindness, the numbness, the tingling of your feet, the sensation, right, that many diabetics may experience. To ameliorate any symptoms, any side effects that you may be experiencing from the condition, to reduce mortality. That's death. We want to reduce death and to improve your quality of available. There is more. You now hopefully gotten some tools. uh, You've gotten some motivation. You've gotten a reality check in terms of how serious the situation is. And you know, this as well. So the ball is in your hand. What are you going to do about it? Thank you.
Any questions?
Okay.
Eric's as effective as the big man.
The question.
Generic.
Generics as effective as branded, as prescribed medication. Good question. There is no yes or no answer to that. However, there are some good generics. Let me just speak on brand versus generic. Brand is actually the first company to develop or to come up with this drug. Now, there's a patent that lasts for a certain period of time, whereby that brand is allowed to be the only person, only company to sell that drug. After that patent is expired, they are allowed to, or they should, release that information for any company to actually take the herbs and make the difference. The ingredients or the inactive ingredients may be a bit different, but they have to stick with the similar the drug itself. And that's the difference. The minor differences can make the difference between efficacy and how effective the drug is. But generally, they are as effective, but they actually have to be as effective because of regulations. So they have to go through regulatory bodies before they are to release onto the market. They are counterfeit. They are persons that make certain products and sell them legally or on the black market, which is something that we have to be aware of. So certain generics are as effective as branded.
We have prescription drugs and over the counter. Why is that? And when can a prescription drug become an over the counter drug?
Before I answer that, which pharmacy does that? I'm also a pharmacy inspector, so that shouldn't be by law. Prescription only medication should only be dispensed by pharmacists. Now, over time, certain products would have which would be considered as prescription only have been, I guess, become safe enough or being able to the common person can use it safely, so they come to OTC, over the counter, right? So, for instance, next year, that in class when that came up, at certain strengths, it's only by prescription, but you can go on the street and get like a 20 milligram, maybe behind the counter prescription only, but maybe a 20 milligram strength may be available on OTC. If that is what you're speaking of, that's the only way that should be done. If you're speaking of walking into a pharmacy and saying, I'd like to have this particular drug, and they're selling you, that's a legal. Should be prescription legal document in order for you to get your prescribed medications.
But do many drugs move from prescription to over the counter?
Many, no. Many don't. Any online questions? Anything in the chat? Okay, so thank you. It was a pleasure.
Right, one more time for Dr. Gears.
Thank you.
So, on behalf of the Rotary Club and also the Bass Club,
Yes.
that's a lot. Thank you. We want to thank you for taking your time out and sharing with us your expertise in the field of pharmaceuticals. There's a lot of things on there. I think everybody get a lunch in the presentation. So thank you very much, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Pete Leach and Marl stepped out, so I guess I'll stop. The rest of the stuff, so I'll give you all this time for the four-way test, please. Make sure we put the fire. All right, other things, we think, say or do. Is it the truth? Truth? Is it better to all concerned? Friendships. All concerned. All right, this area goes. So please raise the glass. The Rotary, all around the world. Rotary around the world. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm very good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Hello, everyone. Take care.
Is it Sheila?
Everyone, thank you.
Brian. Yeah, Brian.